don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman, because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Oh, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tuesday, May 20th, 2025. If you're watching this live, this is the 453rd episode of the Political Spotlight, and I just wanted to let all slow-minded people know that this is an episode that you should be able to follow from A to B all the way through Z. Last night, we were a little all over the place, but we were broadcasting things that I wanted to talk about. See, this is a steal from Rush Limbaugh since he's dead. He used to say Rush used to say that he was a benevolent dictator. I am not benevolent here. I am a dickhead dictator. How about that? Why don't we say that? I am not a good guy, and if you don't like what you're hearing here, go somewhere else. No. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you're here. I'm happy for you guys to all be here. And we're going to be talking about some good stuff tonight. You're going to love it. Most of you probably know how to do this because you're very intelligent. If you're watching this, more than likely, you know how to do this. However, we're putting this out for the people that don't, because you would be surprised at how many people don't know how to do this. Before we get into everything, please smash the like button. You're like, wait, what if I know I don't like the show ahead of time? Listen, you're going to love it. Smash the like button now. It's just part of the deal. We don't ask you for money, although it would be nice if you gave us money if you wanted to. I don't ask for it. You know how it goes. Do the thing. But we do ask that you smash that like button. Share the show with everyone you know. If you're not subscribed, please do that. Click the bell so you know when we go live or we drop shorts. I dropped a short that Brandon made the other day at 6 a.m., and it's doing well, and it's a good short. Love the short, but you won't know that unless you click the bell. If you want to communicate with us throughout the show, you can do so over on the right-hand side. It's amazing. That's the way that you'll know what's going on. Click that over there, and I'm going to have to start telling Kate, if she gets up and just walks away, to take off. Because here's what you guys might not know is right now she's not at home. She's doing grandma duty over on the West Coast, and so sometimes she's got to get up and take care of the kiddos or whatever. But like Stumblefoot put something up that says pick nose, pick your own nose, or did you see Bilbrey picking his nose? And it's just on the screen for 3 hours because she's walked away and getting a cookie or something. I love it. Yeah, tonight we're going to have Katherine Callahan on. A couple of you have been asking me, like, if we got in a fight or if I've kicked her off or something like that. I'm like, no, it's been busy around here, man. She's had things to do. I've had things to do. We've had, like, crazy things going on. So we're going to have Katherine Callahan on here in a second. Listen, before we have Katherine on, though, I do want to say this. Have you ever tuned in to your favorite YouTube or podcaster just to count how many times he or she cleans their glasses the old-fashioned way with these things, and they have to clean them time after time after time? Well, proudly, we are presented to you by Zeiss Lens Cleaner. No, we're not. We are not sponsored by these people. We are not sponsored by these people at all. This is not product placement. They are not sponsoring us. This is not an ad. But I've got to tell you, people, listen to me. The days of me cleaning my lenses 5, 30, 35, 535 times an episode are over, because I was walking through Walmart the other day and they were selling these. This is a box of 100 for something stupid like $5. And they come in these little packets. They look like hand wipes when you leave like a barbecue place or when you used to leave Sizzler. Remember Sizzler? And you tear these open. That alcohol smell. And then you unwipe, unfurl this, wipe out like this, and you wipe them off. And it's like looking through clear air, like nothing's on front of my face. It's amazing. And they generally last like 24 hours. You clean these bad boys off, and then you can see for like 24 hours. So I'm happy. And if they would want to sponsor us, that would be great. Listen to me. I was obsessed with those wipes until they destroyed my. Uh-oh. Cindy. I don't know what that's. I don't know if I have that. You can overuse them if you get the ones with, yep, these are alcohol. I'll have to talk to my doctor and find out. Now you just scared me because I love how they do. They're wonderful. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of my whatever that is you said, and then sue these people. So they went from sponsorship to not being in sponsorship to now I'm in a lawsuit against them. So I used to work for an eye doctor. Okay, well, that's it. I don't know if I have that on my glasses. I would assume I do. I have complete astigmatism, so.
Christopher, that's an add-on. It's an anti-reflexive coating.
I got it. Yep, I've got it.
So a lot of people do get it added on.
Yep.
I don't.
Why don't you have it added on?
Stuff. I hated that.
What? Why don't you have it added on?
Because I always end up screwing it up.
Man, your audio sounds better tonight than it has sounded in 2 months. What's going on?
I don't know.
I feel like you've
up.
No. It's your computer or something. Here's what's happened. When you use those things, they used to sound wonderful, but like for some reason you don't plug them in all the way.
Oh, well.
I don't know why that is, and it goes like
anywhere near me tonight.
Okay, well, it's not. You sound wonderful. That's great.
Wonderful.
Kate sounds wonderful. Sounds the best she sounded in years.
We'll talk about that. I am sorry for the comment being on the screen for.
No, I don't care. I was just giving you a hard time.
Started screaming, and it was.
No, I know. It's no big deal. I was just giving you a hard time.
Do the thing. So
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I don't know that they knew that.
Anti-reflexive coating.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. Well, damn, she destroyed my dream. Okay, yeah, Lenny says the great American dream. Friends, sponsorship, problems, lawsuit. You forgot to add in the gun, Lenny. At some place there's got to be a gun in there. I love it. Okay, Catherine says she wants to get on with the show, which means she wants to hear all about the Muncie Park Board meeting. And I just have to tell you this before we bring Catherine up. There was a Muncie Park Board meeting tonight. I have been inundated by people emailing me and messaging me about the Park Board meeting. It started at about 3:00 today. I don't know what's going on with the park board. I don't know what's going on with Prairie Creek. I understand that there is an issue that the citizens are having with how Prairie Creek is being handled. I will get to looking to it. I did watch the park board meeting, and I agree. It sounds like something is going on. I have been assured by a member of the Ridenhour staff that nothing's going on. There's nothing to see here. Don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. Which means I will definitely be looking into this. We will not be talking about it tonight. I'm sorry. We will also not be talking about the Delaware County Commissioners meeting from yesterday. Catherine's going to be coming on, and we're going to be talking about fighting back, appealing Indiana property tax assessments. And that matters to Indiana Hoosiers in all 92 counties. So please share the shit out of this, pass this around everywhere. And without further ado, we're going to bring up the asshole from the West.
Okay, listen. I was like trying to get everything everywhere. Okay, listen, you guys. If you have not checked out my Facebook page, I made a post and it's gone crazy. And
nobody can check out your Facebook page. You're drowning people again. I keep telling you, two or three posts a day.
Anyways, you can check it out.
All right.
And
yes.
it's about the scales and the weights and measures of Russs. And I just want you people to know that people are literally coming to Russ's defense. It's so funny.
Because you got him chained up in your basement somewhere. Let the man eat at least. He's nobody. We've taken everything from him.
Should have given me a morgue. So anyways,
anywho.
I want everybody to know that Kristopher and I have gone back and forth trying to figure out the right time to get on the show. We've had lots of things come and go. Big shout out to my daughter who graduated from college with
I already did that.
Draining mom's bank account because she was on a full academic ride. I just want everybody to know. And so I have to love my daughter for that. So she's done with this part of her journey. She's already in the middle of her next journey on her master's, and then hopefully off to med school.
Okay, I was going to say,
where she's
now that you got her graduated, are you guys on your way back to China?
No, but we go to Japan.
Okay. The other day,
we don't all look the same.
The other day, I said some kind of joke, and it was really bad. And I was like, I don't think I can make those jokes when you're not here. But I don't know what it was. But I was like, I think Catherine should have been here. It made me feel a little bad. But yeah, so I'm happy for her. She did a very good job. You got another one that's still.
I got another one who's coming up through the ranks. So we'll see how that goes. She's still a little undecided, but wherever she lands, I'm sure she's going to change the world too. So how great the world will be with three of me in it is how I look at it.
Yeah, me too.
So can you imagine? Yeah. But what I'm really most excited about is we've got lots of things to cover.
Chinese people from Japan, that doesn't make sense.
What?
She said wrong, Kristopher. She's from Japan. I just don't understand how Chinese people are from Japan.
Chris is on the struggle bus there, Cindy, just so you know. So, look, Vivian has arrived. So lots of Madison County people here. But what I want to tell everybody tonight is this isn't just for Delaware County. This isn't for Madison County. This is statewide.
Oh, sure.
This is an educational tool. So if you have friends or family who have called you about their property tax assessments, they don't know what to do, please share this video with them, because I was getting so much feedback that I thought maybe if we did some type of, work along, that maybe more people would get involved. Here's the thing. This is free. For you to appeal your assessment tax is free.
Yeah, it
There's no
doesn't cost you
penalty,
anything.
It doesn't cost you anything. It just costs you a little bit of time.
Now, obviously, you could hire an attorney and they could help you, and that might be beneficial to some people who maybe have a real big issue, and that might cost you a little bit, but that only costs you, for hiring an attorney. You can do this on your own. I did this for my grandparents last year, and it was very, very easy.
And you almost always win. That's the other thing I want people to understand. You almost always win.
Yeah.
So, so it's worth trying it, especially in Madison County. If I could get 50% of us residents to actually do this,
yeah, it would be a big deal.
Yeah, and here's what I want you to understand: if we allow the property assessments to continue to rise and we never challenge them, they're going to continue to rise.
Well, sure.
But until we say no more, then it will stop.
Well, and I also want to say this, because there are a lot of people, and I saw in our area, so your assessor is not a constitutional office, and some people out there that are just getting in there like, well, what does that mean? All that means to you is they do not have term limits. So your assessors can normally, like, it's not like a sexy job like being the mayor, being commissioner, being president. Nobody wants to be the assessor. And generally you have to have like skill set in that, like in that field, in that area. Okay. And generally when someone becomes the assessor, unless they're like eating people or doing something really, really crazy, they have that position until they don't want it. So like, for example, in Delaware County, the assessor over here has been the assessor since he assessed Jesus's property. He's been here
over here in Madison County.
Now, a lot of people are mad at these people right now. They're like, look at what they're doing. These people are not really the enemy. The state government is the enemy. And because here's what happens. These people aren't coming in, all over. They have a piece of paper and they have a checklist and they send people out and they do it. When you call these people to say, hey, I want to dispute this, most of them will do it right there over the phone. It's very easy. It is so easy to do. And they want you to do it. A lot of them say, hey, call us. They're not what I'm going to say. Some of them in some cases might be, but in most cases, these people aren't the bad guys specifically. So just to start out knowing that. It's not like when you see us going up against government and you see them gaveling you down and it's crazy and you got to go in at 9 o'clock in the morning and take time off work and they're hateful. This isn't what that is. Most of them are very easy. So forward ho, whatever you want to say from there.
Well, so I kind of just want everybody to understand that we've got paperwork in the mail that tells you when you can appeal your property taxes. I don't know if you can do this in person. So let's talk about the ways they can do this, Christopher. One is they can fill out a form, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Two is, and then they can submit it. Two is, usually most assessors will assign times where they'll come to your area. And then when they come to your area, you can go and you can appeal those right there in front of everybody. So let me see here. Okay. Let me see if we can. I'm going to try to share my screen with everybody.
You want me to do it?
No, because you don't have the thing.
Have what thing?
What I'm getting ready to put up.
Okay.
So we're going to present share screen. I need my email here is what I'm looking for. Okay. This is my email. So we're going to share that. Okay. So here's my
That
email.
is correct on Stumblefoot. That is correct.
So I have a couple properties. Okay. So this is the notice of assessment of land and structures improvements. Many of you got these within the last 2 weeks. It says this
Are
is
we putting
not,
this up on the screen?
Yeah, can you see it?
No, I can't, but I can now.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, I can now. I put it up there.
So you see up here, it says this is
no. You need to go. Okay, you open your email, so you need to go click. See up there on the tab where it says share next thing or whatever.
Where? Let's see here. It says stop sharing.
Okay, no. What's the thing next to it? Is there something?
View tab, StreamYard.com.
What?
View tab, StreamYard.com.
Yeah, do that. Do that. Hit view tab.
Can you see it?
No. All right, stop sharing. Anytime you open a thing, you have to redo it. But there should be an easy way to do it. If you want to...
Do you want me to forward this to you?
Forward that email to me.
Okay, so this is one. Okay.
People are going to start thinking that we are the Hoosier Inquirer around here. Start doing a show.
So there's the first email that I'm going to send to you.
Share screen. Okay.
Did you get it?
Yep. So, for example, like Katherine, just for future reference, here's what it looks like when you do this. And then when you open it, when you go and you open it, then you open your thing and you do that. And then you have to click that thing that says view tab StreamYard.com, and you click it and double click it, and it will then open it up on this screen.
Okay. So
wait. Are we showing your address and stuff?
Listen, there's 55,000 addresses in there.
Okay.
So anyway, so I don't even care. So here on this one, you're going to see up here at the top where it says this is not a bill. And then you have an appeal deadline.
Yeah. See where it says appeal deadline is June 15th.
And you obviously they've made a QR code for you as well. So
yeah,
I haven't tried that. We should try that here for the people.
No, this is so easy. Yeah. Watch. I'm going to show you right now. So for you people out there that are like, listen. I am not technologically savvy. Everybody's like, yeah, but you got a microphone and a podcast. We have bumbled our way through this over the course of like 6 or 7 years, and now we know how to get this far. I am not technologically savvy, but I do have a smartphone, as do most of you, and I do know how to get to my smartphone's camera, as I would say most of you do. All you do is you pull open your camera. Looks like this. It's your camera feed, and you aim it right at that. Now, if it's a piece of paper in your hand, you can aim it, but I'm going to show you something. Even on that screen, you can take your camera. It clicked. I put my camera up, and it opens it up on your screen, and it opens you up to a whole new section right there, like you just saw it happen before your eyes. And it takes you, and it shows you this. It shows you the parcel. It takes you there. Now all that does is to show you your property record card. That is not how you dispute it. All that did was take me to the property record card. So it shows you like what it's basically Beacon. It takes you to Beacon. Okay.
So this is kind of why I want, and people, if you're watching this and you've had experiences doing this, please share that, because there's so many people that reached out to me that have no idea, or they think this is very traumatic. Those things. And I will tell
adult human people.
Yeah. If you need an attorney, reach out to either Kristopher or myself or the show. We will get you an attorney who is not crazy expensive.
Or chances are, if you need an attorney, you don't need an attorney. If you think you need an attorney, you don't need an attorney. You can get a hold of us, and we can help walk you through the process. Listen, I had never done this before in my life. I picked up the phone. I didn't even turn anything in. I called, and I was like, hey, my grandparents are going strong, but they're getting up there, and I helped them do some things. And I helped them do some things, and we're having an issue with this. And they called me back the next day. It took 5 minutes, and it was done. No issue. They're not all going to necessarily be that easy. It might be a little more difficult, but they're not that hard. So if you go through this where it says this is not a tax bill appeal deadline, the number one thing is, if Katherine wanted to do this, She has to do it before June 15th, which is, 3 weeks away, 4 weeks away almost. So she's got time. She comes down here. And when you read this, it says, this notice indicates the assessed value of your property. Information on the valuation of your property and copy of the property record can be obtained from the assessing office official at the telephone number and the address below. Notice to the taxpayer of the opportunity to appeal. And that is governed under Indiana Code, which is right there. It says, if the taxpayer does not agree with the action of the assessing office, giving this notice, an appeal can be initiated to challenge that action. To file an appeal, the taxpayer must file Form 130, Taxpayer's Notice to Initiate an Appeal, with the township assessor or the county assessor. In most places, you're going to have a county assessor in a timely manner. And the timely manner for Katherine is June 15th. Okay. Then it's going to say the time frame to file an appeal on the assessment contained in this notice may have 2 different filing deadlines. These deadlines are based on the date that the notice is mailed. If this notice is mailed before May 1st of the assessment year, the filing deadline is June 15th of that year. If this notice is mailed on or after May 1st of the assessment of this year, the filing deadline is June 15th of the year that the tax statements are mailed. Okay, this form is available from the assessing office official or and then it actually gives you the area where you can go. And you can either like this, well, it's a PDF, so I can't, but you can write that down, and then you can simply go to your Google and type in Indiana Form 130 Taxpayer's Notice. If that's all you do, matter of fact, I'll show you how to do that.
And the thing is we do have it on the page, and I'm sure Chris will put this up on a link on his page after the show.
I think Kate already did.
So
maybe not.
I'm not sure what misinformed is saying. Every time you have this lady on, it's
no. I'll tell you who.
Okay.
You know who it is. I'll tell you later, but I can't tell you now, but I'll tell you off screen.
Okay. Because the last thing Katherine needs is a babysitter.
No, you do. Oh, shit. You need a babysitter, but you know who this person is.
I got a sneaking suspicion.
I figured, I almost thought you guys were lovers, but I don't know. Go ahead. All right. Anyways, tax.
I try to entertain people while you are.
That's
while
what
you're trying to find these things. I just think this is a great opportunity to educate so many people.
Okay, so you see this thing right here? Yeah, Kate's got that put up there. It's very easy. Form 130, Indiana Appeal, fill online, printable, fillable, blank. And you click on it. Okay, and then it says Get Form, and you click on it. Boop, 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 boop. And then boom, bang, pow, there it is. And you fill it out, and it is, I think
the instructions are longer than actually filling out the form.
Yeah. And
so don't be intimidated by this, anybody.
No.
And here's what I'm going to tell people. If you are struggling to fill this out, my office doors are always open. I am happy to print this out for you. I am happy to help you fill it out if you need help. I do know that there are some people who may not be able to do this, and my staff is more than happy. It's not what we do, but we understand, and we are all there to help you should you need some type of help.
It's Katherine. Katherine's office is, she's going to take whatever the shingle is that's up there, and it's going to say, Katherine Callahan, Swiss Army knife.
I'm like MacGyver. So this is how you fill out the form, and we're going to go over another page. I'm going to show you another page also that's going to talk a little bit about this. Now, if you go back to my email, Chris, and you go to the second to the last page.
Oh, okay. I will do that, but really quickly, I just want to show them this because I don't want them to be
intimidated,
worried, or intimidated.
Sure.
Let me see where it says. I want to see here where this says this.
Stumblefoot, I would never base my reactions on comments. Although I do enjoy the comments. And I love Stumblefoot and Cindy and everyone.
Yes. This is very easy to fill out. Please do not be worried about this. Again, sitting down and doing this with a pen and paper, the old-fashioned way, is only still going to take you 5 minutes. This is not like doing your taxes. This is not as stressful. It seems stressful for 10 seconds, but it is not. It is not. So do not stress.
You know, what would make an assessor a true public servant? Someone who truly wants what's best for the community? They would include a blank one of these in every envelope.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you may not. That's what I think. Anymore with how crazy this has gotten, I think they should just include this for the people.
Yeah, I would be okay with that.
How many people don't have printers? How many people don't have computers? So, because here's the thing. If you're going to continue to gouge our 65 and older individuals, then maybe you need to make it a little more user-friendly and accessible for them to be able to appeal your nonsense. That's just how I feel about that. Yeah. That's a personal feeling. So I just want everybody to know that.
Yeah. Okay, here real quick. So you said go to what? The second to last page of that thing?
The second to the last page of that email.
So you mean page 9?
Yeah, you'll see it. It has like the date on it.
Well, this is what I have as the second to last page.
Let me see what you got. Hold on a second. Go back to that. Okay, yes. So for Madison County, again, Madison County, this is what you would have received within that envelope. This tells you where you can go in person if you want to appeal this information. So you can go in person. There will be people from the assessor's offices at these locations during these times. It's open to the public. You don't have to have an appointment. You can go over there. You can take your information, and they will help you fill out the information to appeal that as well. If they try to talk you out of doing it, do it anyways.
I'd be surprised if they did.
But you never know.
Yeah.
Because by the time they show up, I know people are already appealing, so they may already be trying to talk people off the ledge. But I'm telling you right now, if they tell you no, do it anyways.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt anything. Yes. Is it more work for them? Well, you know what? Then you should have taken a little bit more time to talk with the state and tell them, don't do this because you're making an incredible amount of work for us.
Yeah.
If these people want to serve the public, then they need to advocate for the public.
Oh,
that's the bottom line to that.
Yeah.
So I'm not feeling sorry for how overworked they are.
No. That's what they're there for. Bree, this is, you're talking about that. Yeah.
So I just want everybody to understand there are several ways to go about doing this. And don't be afraid. Don't be intimidated. Don't be afraid to go to these open meetings and talk to people. I mean, if you're there, feel free to call me while you're at the library. If you're getting pushback, call Kristopher. It's just like when it's on election day. Call us if you're somewhere and you're getting pushback. We don't mind.
Yeah. I mean, that's what
the only way through this is together. And what I want people to understand is the more people who appeal these assessments, the more we're going to show them that we're no longer going to take this.
Yeah.
And maybe at the state level, it will stop because the assessors will begin to complain to them that says, listen, I've only got so many crews. You guys are making this so unbearable. We can't get to our daily operations because of all of this. So that's kind of what I want people to understand. So for Madison County, that's what you've got coming up here. It looks like it's already started in some places, May 14th, 15th. Those have already come, the Anderson Library, Frankton. So tomorrow they're in Summer Lake. So if you're in the southern part, you can go there. On the 22nd, you can go to the Lapel Library. So you've got all kinds of options to do that. It looks like they make it on the lunch hour, so people could run over there on their lunch hours to get that done. So just something to think about.
There's a couple questions and a statement that came in that's really good. Number one, Lisa's saying, why are there dates after June 15th? And right here, library dates are scheduled to accommodate individuals wishing to file appeals and or to answer questions from Form 11 being mailed out May 1st, 2025, allows homeowners to opportunity to appeal the 2025 payable 2026 assessed values through June 15th. In addition to the offsite locations, our regular office business hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Additional dates have been scheduled for Pendleton Library to accommodate the newer neighborhoods in South Madison County. I think in order, okay, because I don't think we do this in Delaware.
Go to the next page of the email. You'll see one more part there. Maybe that will help.
Well, so this
might be a whole nother topic. And this is why I wanted to do this with Kristopher, is because there's some things I don't understand either. So I was hoping that I could speak more on the novice people in the community where Chris has the more experienced part. And novice means new or beginner.
Yes. So do me a favor and tell me because we don't do this that you're doing. What you're doing, which is what they're doing over here, where they go out and they're there. You have to file your complaint. I think in order to do this is you have to have filled in the paperwork to go to this, correct?
They'll have the paperwork there for you. If like the form,
okay,
you
so
can
then
fill it out there, and they'll even help you fill it out. Like they will.
So I don't specifically understand what happens. So if the deadline is June 15th and you show up to this on June 25th,
I would imagine they have to honor it. Don't ask me why they're putting one date like that and then another date.
Let me read this again here real quick.
I would imagine they would have to do that. Let me ask, because I know some people are.
Yes, Lisa, that is exactly correct. But there was something. Hold on, I want to say this again. All right, listen. It says right on the form, these deadlines are based on the date that this notice is mailed. If this notice is mailed before May 1st of the assessment year, the filing deadline is June 15th of that year. If this notice is mailed on or after May 1st of the assessment year, the filing deadline is June 15th of the year that the tax statements are mailed. So do you understand what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I don't know when you got this in the mail. Did you get this in the mail before or after May 1st?
That I can't remember.
So if you got this before May 1st, your deadline would be June 15th of that year. If you got it after, it's the next year.
Okay. So, okay. So see, some people are understanding now, and for clarifying. And so.
Yeah, it's not when you receive it, but rather when it's mailed. That is correct. Like, for example, it says,
so for some people who are joining in, the question is, on some of the forms, it says we have to file this appeal by the 15th of June, but the assessor's office has dates past that June 15th date. And so people over here on the comment section are trying to help us understand, like, because a lot of people aren't going to remember, did I get this before May 1st or did I get this after May 1st? So
it's not when you got it, it's when they mailed it.
So I guess we'd have to go back and look at the stamp on the,
see, yours says June 15th, 2026 up there. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
So that's June 15th of next year.
Okay. So I don't have to appeal. I mean, you always want to appeal this as soon as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want to tell everybody is I did appeal my taxes last year. Okay. I am still in the process. And somebody asked me this. So I'm going to jump around here for a minute. Let me back up. Somebody asked me if they appeal their taxes like right now, do they still have to pay their taxes? And I said, yes, you still have to pay your taxes. What will happen is they'll have to cut you a check to reimburse you.
Yeah.
So this doesn't mean, hey, I get to stop and I don't have
Give
to
you credit, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have to pay my taxes. So no, don't misunderstand that. You still have to pay your taxes until you get this sorted out.
And they, yeah, right.
Okay. So but you have several different ways in Madison County to be able to do that. And that's where these are. So hopefully we didn't confuse more people on this. That's not what my intent was.
I don't know why. There shouldn't be confusion still.
Well, just because the dates are after, they also have hearings.
No, the dates aren't after the date. Look, this is June 15th, 2026. Okay, so we go down to that second page, and the second page is May of this year, June of this year. So June 25th, 2025 comes before June 15th of 2026.
I see.
So it's still before.
Okay.
So what I'm showing you, see, because what I have in my hand isn't Catherine's. It's my grandparents, the one that I fought. Okay. So then what I would do, Glenda, in that case, are you in Delaware County or Madison County? I believe you're in Delaware County. Glenda. So what I would do if I were you is this. I'll tell you right now here. Oh my God, you just said yes. I asked you an either or. Does that mean yes, you're in Delaware County? You are. That is exactly correct. JLS, JL Stowe 20. You are absolutely correct. Okay, so what I would do, Glenda, is I would call 765-747-7715. Kate will put that up on the screen. This number is for Delaware County only. Delaware County, we'll also put up Madison counties as well. Delaware County only is 765-747-7715. And that is the Delaware County Assessor's Office. Okay. And call there and just say, hey, I just want to double check. And they will tell you very easily. They'll tell you so easy. It's like nothing. It'll be very easy.
So now I just want to give you guys an example of what happens when you speak out against the government and then you try to do the right things. I sent you another email, Christopher. Okay. Open that one. So this is my business property. I just want everybody to see this is my business property. We chose to bring in a dental practice to the town. We chose to make the building a little more appealing than the dreaded CVS look. So we remodeled. And before, my taxes were about $4,700. Okay. So as you can see, that number there is what they are. And now I understand more than ever why people do not fix anything up at their homes. Now I understand why the county looks like a third world country. So now I'm going to send you another email here, Christopher. And you know, people, you can say, but this is all public record. It's not like I'm hiding something and I'm like, oh my gosh, nobody knows where I'm at. If my, and I would say stupidity to make sure I wanted my town to look nice and I wanted to improve it is a bad thing, which clearly it looks like it. I want to show you now what my taxes for that looks like. So I just sent you another email, Kristopher. And so I did appeal this. And so I'm still working on that process. I did have to retain an attorney to do this. So I don't have a lot to inform you on that, but I am going to document the whole process. So right now it's still in a limbo situation. But you will see that my property taxes went up 117%. Do some math on that. And like anything, I don't know how we can learn unless.
And for those people, yeah,
there's
that's
no other
exactly
way.
right.
I have to share in order for us to learn, and I can't expect anybody to put theirs up. So it just is what it is. We're going to have to see how this all pans out. But I think this is a great opportunity for us to document everything.
Absolutely. For those people in Madison County, your county assessor's office is 765-641-9401. It is again 765-641-9401. So we'll have those up on the screen. We can put those up
And
on
like
the screen
Stumblefoot is saying, his crypto hasn't even went up 25%. Now, Stumblefoot has a great sense of humor. Here's the bottom line. We're not making this much on stocks and bonds and retirements when we're putting that stuff in. This stuff is rising faster than what we're even making to put in towards our retirements. I mean, how on earth, when I turn 65, am I ever going to keep? I'm going to tell you something right now. At this rate, at the way we're going, for some of us are probably paying, if we divided our property taxes by 12, we're probably paying more monthly than we're paying for our mortgage. It's getting that out of control, literally. So now I'm at 10,219. I mean,
holy shit.
It's crazy. And that's biannually. And all I wanted to do was bring dental to the people, because what is more important to our bodies is our teeth. If we do not keep our teeth flossed and cleaned and do our annual checkups to have cleanings every 6 months, like, it causes heart damage. It causes all kinds of other issues. So here we do this, and I am totally spanked over this. I mean, this is craziness. I mean, if you take 20,000 and you divide that by 12, I mean, think about that. Some of you, that's your house payment isn't even that much.
Yeah.
And so this is the reality. I mean,
this is big.
And this is why I wanted to share this with everybody, is I get it now why people don't want to improve their homes. I get why some of these houses look as horrible as they do. And this is the reason why. You are penalized for the upkeep on your home. Why is that? I mean, how can we make America great again and beautify it if this is the penalties we have to pay?
Well, and I want to stop this for just 1 second and tell everybody. I want to make sure everyone's aware. I've been talking about this, and we are still going to do a big show on this coming up, where we go page by page through the 43-page lawsuit. Listen, I want everybody to understand this. There is currently in the state of Indiana, in Randolph County Superior Court, a lawsuit that has been filed by a school board, by the Union School Board, against the state of Indiana. The lawsuit has been filed against Governor Mike Braun and against Dr. Katie Jenner, the education secretary. And that lawsuit is filed because two jackasses in the Indiana General Assembly, one a House representative, one a member of the House of Representatives, and one a member of the state Senate, J.D. Prescott and Scott Alexander, have had this crazy obsession with shutting down this school, and they did not want to go through the proper procedures to shut the school down. There are laws in the state of Indiana on the books on how a school can be closed. And listen, there are probably in the state of Indiana, in all 92 counties, I can't even begin to think how many schools that would be. I'm sure there are schools out there, a school here or there, that probably needs to be shut down. And that's why there is a legal mechanism to do that. And there is a legal mechanism. And there's a lot of people coming out to bat for this school. And I believe the school should stay open. But I'm not even talking about that. Just taking myself out of that fight. Maybe the school should stay open. Maybe it shouldn't. But no matter how it's shut down, if it needs to be shut down, let's say it needs to be shut down, you should have to go through the proper way. And they didn't go through the proper way. What they did was like what scared spineless, gutless, non-public servants do. They shoved an amendment in the backside of Senate Bill 1, which was supposed to be a property tax bill, and they came up with all of this nonsense for why this should be stuffed in there. They stuffed it in. There was no public discussion about it. Nobody knew about it, just the people that watch and tried to start getting people aware, and then they voted on it. And now they voted in that bill to shut the school down. And everybody's running around saying, well, wait, they said they wouldn't shut it down until July of 2027. They've got a couple more years, yada, yada, yada. Yep. But in that amendment, in that thing that they shoved in there, what people don't know is they said that the school cannot enter into any more fiscal obligations after July 1st of this year, which means the school will effectively be done at the end of this school year. They cannot negotiate teacher contracts. They can't buy books. They can't buy food to feed the schools. If a principal's locking the school up for the day and breaks a key off, he can't go and get an extra key for $25. They can't pay $1 more for that school. So that school board is currently in the process of suing the state of Indiana because of that. And if they are victorious, if that lawsuit is victorious, and there are many legal officials that, like lawyers and others, that say that school board has a very good shot at doing that, it will, and it has the absolute ability to effectively totally undo Senate Bill 1, which everybody's been pissed off, which would be a big win, because this is a bunch of this shit's tied to Senate Bill 1 and all that craziness going on. And so I'm just letting people know that there are hope, and we need to pass that out because people don't know. We're going to do a big show on that coming up where we're going to go through that line by line. Page by page.
And this is what I want people to understand. The House never loses. Okay. So if you think that we're getting a $200 credit, and these people are going to take some type of hit on what they're bringing in, they're not. They just showed their whole hand, right? Because what did they do? Yeah, we're giving you guys a $200 credit, but look at your property assessments. I guarantee you, if you only went up $100 this year more on your property taxes, I guarantee you the next year you'll be at $200. So you're not really getting any credit. They're going to win in the end. They're never going to lose. You never see the government go backwards with the money they're taking. You never see them come back and say, oh, we put your taxes at 2%. Let's take it to 1%. It just never happens. Now, I don't know if Stowe is still watching. If he is still watching, he makes this comment here, okay, that he's an appraiser. So the question becomes, as an appraiser, is, should I have just left the corner lots looking like old raggedy buildings? Should I have done that so that I wouldn't have to pay this crazy amount in taxes? Is that really what appraisers want to happen? The other thing is what if I go to sell my property and it's appraised for that? But everybody's like, but I'm not going to pay that because it's not worth that much money. Do I get a credit back on my taxes because I couldn't sell it for that amount? A lot of times these appraisals that are coming through what the assessors are doing, not the appraiser, what the assessors are doing, I'm hearing a lot of people give me pushback that says my house won't even sell for that. And so what does the appraiser do? And I don't know if he is still he's still here. So nobody come down on Stowe because he's not answering. He may not even be watching anymore. But so what do you do in that situation? The assessor's office says it's worth $500,000, but the appraiser comes in and says, really, it's only worth $350,000. I mean, where do we have some checks and balances here? What are we doing here that we're making this? In what other boggles my mind is that as people are bringing in companies into different counties and they're giving them all these tax breaks. What about the tax breaks for the people who actually live there?
Yeah.
What about that? Because what about the tax breaks when people own multiple homes in your county? Or what about the tax breaks when people haven't been delinquent on their property taxes? What kind of discount do they get? Or what about a discount if you pay your whole year's taxes all at once?
Yeah.
I mean, all I have to hear from Slick Rick Gardner and Commissioner Richwine is, oh, we put this money and we got this interest off that. Well, great. If you're making that much interest off of our money, I'll pay you the whole year and you give me back credit of whatever, 5% or 8% or whatever you're making off of interest, because I actually am going to have to pay you year after year. These companies can come in and they can leave. You're not guaranteed that. You're not guaranteed that we'll do it, but people aren't just usually moving if they've been there. And that's what I'm saying. I agree with that. After the age of 65 or once a person retires, I mean, if they retire at 60, they should no longer have to pay property taxes. And here's the whole thing. And I don't know how to get this across to government officials. Okay. And I want to say swear words to them and I want to call them foul names and I want to do all of that.
Beat their head into the lockers.
Right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But if you continue to mandate these taxes and rise them like you are, our older generation is never going to be able to retire. What is that going to do for our younger generation? Our younger generation, they are not going to have jobs because we are not cycling people through. And so you cannot continue to do this. And then we have no future for our children. This isn't working. And so I beg all of you to please, please, please appeal your taxes. Share with us what happens so that we can use this as a learning experience and a teaching tool for others. I sent you a thing in Messenger. Can you share that?
Yeah.
For many of you who have families and friends who don't want to sit through this long-winded show, which is fine. I also want to share with you this Facebook page in Madison County. And did you see it?
No, so I was going there and I just saw Brandon. Brandon sent me a message and
and so
where are we at here?
When you go to this Facebook page, and you know what I'm just elated about? This post has 170 some shares.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's a great post. It should be shared with everybody. People should read this. People should listen to this. And when you go into this, we're going to show you and this page, I believe, is open to everybody. I don't think it is locked down, but right here. Now, I want to remind you, this post was made back in 2022. It was reworked just a little bit and now reposted. Now, back in 22, it got hardly no shares. Now this thing has gone wild. So it just shows you that timing is absolutely critical when it comes to this. So you want to read that or do you want me to read it?
Yeah, I'm going to pull this up here. I was trying to figure out a way. I can read it because it's not very visible. Madison County property assessments. Did the assessed value of your and this basically goes, I don't know exactly what's going to be in here, but most of this is going to be the same for all 92 counties. Did the assessed value of your property increase dramatically? Why are the assessed values of local politicians and their buddies not increasing at the same rate as everyday citizens? Why did Commissioner Rick Gardner hide all of his properties, including rental properties, from public access? Think about this, folks. Let me tell you something that Kate did, producer Kate did here just the other day. I don't know if it was Kate or I don't know who did this. I don't know if you did it or Bridget did it or who did it, but somebody in Randolph County took the time to go through and look on Beacon or whatever over in Randolph County. And they looked and found that basically all of Randolph County's elected officials' properties, they did not go up.
Exactly.
And that's because they over there, either they're not smart enough to pull the stuff that Rick and them have done, or they just simply don't care. But none of their properties went up. It was, and it's ridiculous.
And that's almost in every county.
And it is. If you go, yeah.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. If you go look at these, and I'm going to just say it. I went and looked at Larry Davis. I like Larry Davis. I don't have a problem with Larry Davis.
Yeah.
And if you're watching Larry Davis, you cannot take this personal. And if you do, then I guess that's on you. But if you look at Larry's house and then you look at the surrounding houses by him that are very similar, there's a big difference in what his taxes are and what the people around there are. And so, yeah, I'm going to call it out on that because this
he shouldn't take it personal. He should just answer why that is.
Exactly.
And why is that?
I don't know why everybody's taking things so personally.
Dude,
I
in
don't understand
the last 2 days, it's been. I don't know if everybody is on their period. I don't know if it's
a full moon.
I don't know if it's full moon
last week. I don't know.
But something crazy has happened. The last 2 days has been nuts.
And the lichens, they're a great example. The lichens are a perfect example of look at all their farmland and how that has not gone up, but everybody else's has. That's what I'm talking about. You've got to pay attention to this stuff, and you got to start pulling stuff and asking questions.
Yeah. Now, I do want to tell you, for anyone that says, well, they can have their properties taken off, all you've really got to do is go to the election office and pull their election paperwork because they have to put their address on there.
And here's the thing, Madison County, for every one of you elected and appointed officials that are on here right now watching, we already have all the data.
Yeah, right.
So it's pull what you want off because look at what happened to Rick Gardner. He pulled his off over a year ago, and we already had the parcel numbers. Right. We just plugged them in. Yeah, right. It's not that big a deal. No one's coming to get you, man. I guess I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say. Whatever. It's bullshit. Okay, we're going on with this. Why did Commissioner Rick Gardner hide all his properties, including rental properties, from public access? Did you receive a property tax assessment form 11? Do you think it's correct? Indiana instituted property tax caps to prevent county governments from arbitrarily increasing property taxes. The amount you pay in property taxes is capped at a percentage of your home's assessed value. The caps were a great idea. However, county governments quickly found a workaround. Since they can't easily increase your tax rate, now they increase your assessed value. The results are the same: increased property taxes for the residents. What can you do? Proposed assessment notices were mailed out to Madison County property owners as well as all other 91 counties besides Madison County. This notice provides the current and proposed assessment. If you disagree with the assessed value of your property, you should appeal the assessment. Simply fill out Form 130, linked below, and send it to the assessor's office, also linked below. If your assessment increased by more than 5%, the burden of the assessment is on the county. What happens if you appeal the assessed value? The assessor is required to hold an informal conversation with you to resolve the appeal. If you and the assessor do not agree, the local property tax board will hear the matter. They are one of the few reasonable boards and commissions in Madison County. I can't say the same for any other county. I don't know. Delaware County is pretty reasonable. The assessor is required to provide you all the evidence they plan to use at this hearing. The hearing is usually held in a conference room at the county building. It's a very low-key event and nothing to be intimidated with. If the local tax board rules in favor of the assessor, you can appeal it to the Indiana Board of Tax Review, and ultimately the tax court. Many residents and businesses
fight their property assessments every year. The assessor's office has been known to use inaccurate and invalid comp data. And then the links are there, and it's very easy to find this. In your area, all you need to do is type in your county assessor's office or whatever. And if you're out there and you can't, if you're out there and you're having a hard time with this, contact me, contact Katherine, contact us, get a hold of us.
So go back to that last email I just sent you, Kristopher. Now, what I'm showing you is extreme situations, but the key, what Kristopher just
What
read
last
in
email?
that,
The very last one that showed your...
yeah.
Okay.
The key part to this is if it's gone up by more than 5%. Now scroll to the next page. Okay, see this right here where it says it was valued at 348 and now I'm valued at 750.
Wait. Where are we seeing that at?
Right here on the right-hand column side.
Okay, right here.
Says, right, 348 and now I've gone up to 755. So because I did upgrade to make it a dental office. I had to run water and have water at the seats and things like that.
I would like to see what you've done. I would like to I would like to see, do you have like pictures or anything like that?
I mean,
has it went up? Has it went up? I mean, like how many rooms did you add? Did you add on to the building?
So no, we didn't add on to the building. We just put rooms in the building. Pharmacy is like one big area, right?
Yeah.
But you have to have rooms to put dental chairs and things.
Wait. It was CVS? It was a CVS?
Yeah. Just a big open room.
Okay, so, and then the CVS went out and then you guys bought the building?
No. I always owned the building. They were my renters.
CVS was your renters? Okay.
And so, yeah, I'll get you some. I mean, this isn't going to be the last that you're going to hear us talk about property taxes. I'll bring back, and as you guys come up with some questions, and believe me, I am going to fight this to the best of my ability. I do have an attorney, and she and I will document the whole process along the way so that people understand what the process is all about. And so, and like they're saying, I think we know why Katherine's properties. And here's the thing. This isn't my only property that went up crazy, guys. I got other stuff going on. So,
yeah.
And that's, no, I am not a dentist. We're family medicine. We do family medicine. And then next door is the dental. We all share the same parking lot. But I kind of wanted to show you, if you're seeing this. Now, that Form 11, was that the form that we did on the very first email, Kristopher, when you appeal?
Mm-hmm. That's
what Form 11 is.
Yeah. Form 11 is this.
The one that had the QR code on it.
Yes.
That you got in the mail. It says that this is not a tax bill.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Form 11 is. If it raised more than 5%, you guys should be arguing.
No question.
You should actually be arguing this. And again, reach out to Kristopher or I. We have an attorney. If you feel that you're being intimidated, we need to get you some guidance. I'm happy to refer you to somebody to help you with all that process.
Yeah, we got a couple of guys we can send down there.
So I hope that this maybe helps a lot of people with the property taxes. I hope this helps people talk to family members. It's a very easy and simple process. You're not alone. We're all here with you. I have no problem going to the county building with you if you want me to go. Just know that I'm going to put it on Facebook Live if we go, because it's always an opportunity for many of us to learn from at any given time.
Expose those people. Mm-hmm. And most of you out here feel like this guy right here, all of us overtaxed Hoosiers. And look, it's just so horrible how this goes.
Listen. Please remember that most of this hemisphere, including...
Oh, no. Take that thing down real quick. I got the wrong thing. There we go. Hold on. All right.
I would have watched it.
Listen. Please remember that most of this hemisphere, including the ground that I'm walking on, all of this was under ice at some point. So I guess finding something frozen, dug up here or there, wouldn't do that.
Oh God, I love Brandon.
Listen. Please remember that most of this hemisphere, including the ground that I'm walking on, all of this was under ice at some point. So I guess finding something frozen, dug up here or there, wouldn't be that.
God, I love Brandon. Okay, that's it. That's all.
So here, Kerry McFadden says his went up 9%. Yes, absolutely. You can absolutely appeal this, Kerry. I mean, do your thing. Take them to task. If you're at 6%, appeal it.
Yes,
if
yes,
you're
yes,
at 3%, appeal it. It doesn't do it. Absolutely do it.
It's only Tuesday. Do it tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes. Like the more the merrier. Get this rolling. And here's the thing. You're not going to get a quick answer. This is going to carry on for over a year. Someone did it. And I think theirs went on for like 3 years, and they had to cut them a check for all 3 years. And let me tell you, he was very happy and smiling all the way to the bank.
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like if you just keep fighting, it's like money in the bank, kind of. It's like you're like, well, it sucks. It sucks having to pay it, but it's like, all right, I'm going to get that back eventually. So it's like, like I'm just holding it over here. Like maybe if I had it, I would have spent it or something, but you're going to get it. He gets it back. It's not good.
And
like,
here's
property taxes are theft,
And here's what I'm thinking. If we can get enough of the community in Madison County, because every county, if we can get enough that will appeal their taxes, okay, if we can get enough, and then they're starting to cut us all checks. Here's what my next question and my next fight will be. I want interest money on all that money you're paying me back, because this county made money off of my money while you sat here and kicked that can down the road and should have resolved it. Yeah. That's how I feel about it. So if we can get enough people who can do this, we can get enough people that can appeal this, and then we're going to start seeing that. I think we could do a class action lawsuit. And if we could see that happen in every county, that's when the state begins to feel it. There are way more of us than they are of them.
Oh, definitely.
And this is how you win. I have been watching these meetings, and they have been telling people that they can only talk for 2 minutes, that they can only talk for 3 minutes. Fine. Now I'm going to have half of the county appeal their taxes. And guess what? When they appeal those taxes, you're going to hear hours of my voice in your head while you are processing these documents. That's how I look at it. So here's the great thing. In my office, if you walk in, guess what you get? You get your check-in slip, and then you get a piece of paper that says, would you like to appeal your taxes?
Jesus.
And that's the whole, and people didn't even know they could do it.
Right? Yeah, that's good. That's really good. That is really good.
And
you do not, Glenda. No, you do not. Listen, let me explain to you how this went.
That's a great question,
Yeah.
Glenda. Great question.
Like some people might want to go that far out and do that, but you don't have to. Let me tell you, one day my grandparents came home to their house and they had this thing in their mail, and they opened it up and were like, what? And I went over to their house that day, and I'm going to walk you through the entire process. I opened this up and I was like, I'm not going to fill this out. I'm just going to call up to the office. I picked up my phone and I called and I said, hello, is James in? Because that's the name of our assessor. And the lady said, yes. May I tell him who's calling? And then I think because they've got caller ID, I think she looked at it at the same time I told her. And it shouldn't have to be like, oh, Kristopher Bilbrey's calling. But like, I know them. And she was like, oh. And so I think she put me on hold, and she came back and said he wasn't available right now. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just trying to appeal this thing for my grandparents, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, okay, I'll let him know. And he called me back within the hour. He called me and we talked on the phone for maybe 5 minutes, like seriously 5 minutes. I answered some very basic questions. I told him some things about like not doing any improvements and blah, blah, blah. And by the time we got off that phone call, it was over. It was done. So, and I'm not saying that it's all going to be that easy. A lot of them could be. A lot of them could be that easy. They're not all going to be that easy. But I'm just saying, if you don't ever even try or you don't know, you don't know. But it's worth sending up the paper. It's worth making a phone call. It's worth sending an email, because you never know. It could very well be that easy.
And that's the whole thing. But we have to try together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because the more of us that do this, at some point the state's going to see that you're going to cause an entire riot in your entire state. I don't know why so many people there are more of us than there are of them, but it's what the people will tolerate. You can't tolerate this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is legalized theft.
Oh, that's no question.
It's legalized theft. I mean, if I can't express to you, and I know many of you have heard me before, if I had a wish that I could wish out to the entire state, I would wish that no one would pay their property taxes for 1 year. Take your property taxes and put them in a savings account, because you're going to eventually have to pay them. I wish nobody would pay their property taxes. I'd make this county learn to live within their means. And then once they get a good taste of their medicine, maybe then they will be more respectful of our dollars. I mean, Madison County, if you were not paying attention last Tuesday, we are in a negative cash draw. And they need $2 million to get us through. Why is that? Why are we down $2 million? Didn't we do a budget in 2024? Weren't we there till several hours into the evening on that budget? I'll tell you why we're because they came back in January, they came back in February, they came back in, and when I say
I'm going to give you the perfect example of why you are. I sat and I watched that meeting.
Yeah.
The perfect example of this is something stupid's going on over there. They've got this dumbass clock. Listen, I'm a sucker for like nostalgia and months.
Historic things.
Yeah, historic
But we're
things.
not going back to the future. Okay, Michael J. Fox is done.
Right. But they've got this dumbass clock on the side of their building over there. Okay, and it's like cool. I would put it to like a cool time. I would have somebody go open a bucket truck, and I'd put it like at 11:11 or something like that, and just leave it. Just leave it permanently at 11:11 and be done with it, or rip the damn thing off the wall or whatever. Anyways, so they've got this maintenance crew, or their highway county or the county maintenance, building maintenance, whatever. And these people have the money. I sat and listened to this. They have the money in their department's budget to do what they need to do to fix this. But
they don't need council approval. They made that clear to everybody.
Yeah, they've already got it. It's gone. It's done. It's in there. It's already theirs. They could have went last Wednesday and said, fix it. Here's a check. Here. Boom, bang, pow. No expenditure from the county council. No approval of the county council. It would have been done. But instead of doing that, they went to the council and said, I don't know how much it was. How much is it?
$32,000.
$32,000. All right. So $33,000 for this clock. They've got $33,000 in their maintenance only account. But instead of writing out a check out of their account for $33,000 and having this fixed, they went to the county council and said, could we please have $33,000?
No. They said, could we have $500,000?
What happened there?
I don't know. But they said, could we have $500,000?
That's all right. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. So they wanted $500,000 for capital improvements off of interest money they took from the ARPA. So they wanted $500,000. Then what they chose to do is out of that $500,000, they're going to take 32.6 just for the clock.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they
well,
got 500,000. I mean, that's what that was encompassed in. Now, originally they wanted 1.2 million.
Weird. Okay. Yes.
Originally they wanted 1.2 million. They negotiated to 500,000, and now out of that 500,000, 32.6 is going to go to the clock. Now, here's the other kicker. We're going to use the same company that's been repairing the clock for decades, who still hasn't been able to get it to work. Now, Stumblefoot needs his mouth washed out and his keyboard taken away.
Why?
Because he thinks with some genius idea that we should go digital. Now, I don't know about you, Stumblefoot, but I'm already digital. I just go to my cell phone.
Yeah, right.
I save people thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars because you know what? Instead of looking up, I just look at my phone.
I say, instead of going digital, we need to go quantum and say, who gives a shit what time it is? There's no such thing as time.
Right? Time waits for no one.
Yeah, right.
And so now we're at this 32,600, and now we've got what, $468,000 hanging out there that we're going to use. And the commissioners said this in their last meeting. They're going to restore they're going to restore a historic building. And the commissioner said they have no idea what they're going to do the building for. They have no use for it. They have no idea what they're potentially going to use it for, but they're going to do that. Now, with that all being said, the sheriff walks in.
Yeah, this dude.
And the sheriff needs new bulletproof.
He's like, could I? I've got 30 guys and I've only got 27 guns. And they're like, sorry, sheriff, you're shit out of luck. You guys are going to have to share.
Yes. And that's, and then this is the craziness that's going on in Madison County. And you wonder why we're in a negative cash draw?
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
You know, and here's the thing. I mean, like I'm being told, they have to pay for Rick Gardner's Rolex. That's where all this money's going to pay for their frivolous stuff that they're doing on the side. Has anybody even begun to look at how many lawsuits the Madison County commissioners are in? They're as bad as Sproul's. I actually think they have Sproul's beat. Sproul's just has big ones, where Madison County has unbelievable, I don't know, 16, 18, 20 lawsuits, and they don't care. They don't care. You know why? Because it's your money that they just keep saying to people, well, sue us. We don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. You know, just take us to court. We don't care if we lose. I mean, that's the whole thing. Here, Carrie says, Children's Home Chapel for a roof and other repairs. The chapel isn't even used anymore. That's exactly right. But yet we cannot protect our officers. And I'll tell you right now, none of the elected officials who voted no against these bulletproof vests, which was Jonathan Kolb and Diana Likens, they do not get to call an officer for anything. Nothing.
Yeah, right.
Ever.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. They don't get to call them. They don't get to use them. If that's how little they think. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. That clock is not going to come save me out in the middle of the road. That children's home that is empty, that chapel, it's not going to come out and save me when we're having some, tornado or something going on. I mean, it's just incredible that we have to decide wants versus needs. And the only reason, and I told you guys all of this, before this is all said and done in 4 years, we are going to max the tax in every line item in Madison County. I guarantee you that is their motto, and that's what he ran on. Yeah. So, these are just some things that, if you've been watching and you've been following along, no one is more hated than the person who speaks the truth. Chris just wishes I wouldn't share so much truth.
No, share it all. Just
Carrie got me into all kinds of trouble today. Carrie McFadden, who's on here, I'm in all kinds of hot water because of him. But you know what? I'm going to jump off that ship with Carrie.
What are you talking about?
It's about the post I put up about our tags not being up to date on our gas pumps and our scale.
Oh yeah.
And that's the whole thing. What people miss the point to all that was the point was really pay attention, people. If you're at the gas pump, look at the stickers. If you're at the grocery store, look at the scales and look at the stickers. That's all we're saying. Hold your officials accountable. Hold them
Let me tell you what a good weights and measures department does. Our weights and measures people here in Delaware County were like going into we don't have Kroger here. What's our store like Kroger?
Payless?
Is it Payless? Payless is like
Payless.
Kroger?
Yeah.
Okay. Say it again. What are you saying? You say it like it's like one word. Say it.
Payless.
Payless. That's not what now you said it better. You're like Payless. Payless. I would say it's Payless. Payless.
No, it's Payless.
Payless. Payless. No, not Marsh. Oh, God, Brad, I wish we had Marsh. Are you kidding me? That would be fantastic.
I went to school with the Marsh kids.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're well.
In Indy.
Some crazy shit happened with all that, but
it sure did.
Yeah. I wish we had Marsh still. Man, just what a time. Anyways, no, that Payless crap that went with Kroger. Our weights and measures guys went in there and realized that something was wrong with the amount of cheese, like in Velveeta. Like, I don't know who in the world eats Velveeta, but they found out that there was something wrong, and it wasn't us, it was them, and people were getting ripped off, and it like fixed it like nationwide. And that's because they were on their shit. They were like doing their job. Russ Willis would be like, cutting a little bit extra of the cheese out there for himself and putting it back in there. He's
and that's
that
the whole
dirty.
thing. They have found there's been times where, Indianapolis had a big thing where their weights and measures weren't being done.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Madison County, we have asked for the logbooks.
Yeah,
nobody
that's the
will
thing.
give us the logbooks.
Yeah, right.
Right. So you have a couple different tags that you can put on these pumps, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Hamilton County, they have the month and then they have the year.
Yeah.
So then when the year is expired.
Same in Delaware County.
That is the choice of the weights and measure. In
Sure.
Madison County, you just have the year.
Sure. Well, sure, because
he's
going to pick the most easiest possible thing.
Right. And so
he's like, can we get one that just shows the decade, please?
And that's the whole thing. So now, I mean, really, can you pull up my Facebook and show this post? It's just craziness what's on this. I didn't expect it to go
craziness
as crazy as it did, but it totally went off the chain.
It did totally go off.
And it is completely off the chain. And so I want anybody who's watching, I'm not responding to any more of that post on
this is your problem. That's the problem. You need to you need to send your post out in the world and let it rock and roll. That's what an attorney told me one time. This attorney that was real close to me.
And not respond to the
not
people?
Respond to any people. Let the
I
people get on the fight.
I am getting better at that. That is for sure.
That's it.
Hey, Brad, I hope you had a good show tonight. I know Brad also has his own show that he does on Tuesday nights.
Yeah. Hey, what's the deal with you and Whitty? What was that last night? I can't tell what's going on. You guys had a show last night, but then you didn't do it. So what the hell?
Who?
Brad and Whitty were supposed to go. We're supposed to have like a versus, and I don't know what the hell happened with that. But it said last night. I was looking. It said the 19th. But then I thought maybe you guys canceled it because Gom Witless was doing another show with his lover, Megan Stoner. So I don't know what the hell. Did they eventually announce that they're getting married and that they're going to adopt that like midget girl? That's not wrong. That's not good. Little person word girl. Is
this true?
Con artist.
Is Brad or not Brad?
No,
Brad.
Oh,
are
God.
you dating Meg? Brad's gonna kill me for saying that. He's gonna just kill me. Sorry, Brad.
You heard it here.
So is Gabe really dating May? I mean, Brad's gonna marry them. Okay.
Brad and Stoner. Oh my God. Holy shit.
Well, I saw the S there, and I got to Brad Stoner is what I was getting to.
No, it's Gom and the Meg. I don't know what's going on with them. I think that I don't know what's going on. It's real weird.
Can they have conjugal visits?
Yeah, right. Well, so I think, and I've been saying this all over the place, they need to get married, and then they need to formally adopt Natalia Grace, Renee Barnett Mans, and Bobby Kern. And that will then be a happy family. They'll all be under one roof. Then we can put bars around that roof to not let those people out of that house and cut off all of their access to social media, and we'll have it done.
Well, it was an interesting show last night that you showed of the Megster.
Oh, people hated it. People's like, I don't understand what this is. I'm like,
I know.
all right.
I was reading that. You have to actually live the experience of meeting her, and then you get it.
Oh, God.
And then you get it. But yeah, so anyways, we're doing the tags. What people
I'm on
are
your
looking
feed, but I
for.
can't see it.
What do you mean you can't see it? It's on my Facebook page.
Dude, you've literally posted this many things since you posted the tags.
No, that was the last one that I posted.
No, it was 6 hours ago.
I've got your political spotlight stuff on there.
Not mine. It's yours. You're on here.
Yeah, it's just the fourth one down.
No, the fourth, you've posted 4 things since this. This is nuts.
Okay, so anyways.
Wait a minute. Hold on. That's what we're getting to. When is the Brad and Stephen Whitmer thing? What's the deal with that? Are you ever going to tell me that? Type while we show this. Let me know what's happening.
Man, Brad, he's coming down on you. Come off one show and you're on this show.
Yeah, I want to know what I'm wanting to watch it. I want to watch it. I don't normally watch a lot of other content.
I think they were on at 8:00 because I was watching him on there with somebody at 8 tonight. And usually they don't come on till 9.
It said,
listen, it should be Sweet Catherine there, Kiff 76. Oh, look, Stumblefoot. Catherine burns Facebook up like a brush.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I love you too, Stumblefoot.
I'll watch it when we get off here if it's on there. Where are we at here? Okay.
So anyways, if you're out pumping gas, read your meters, people. Like,
how is this acceptable? Why is Russ the Cabal Willis still employed if he can't get his job done? I encourage everyone to look at the scales and gas pumps and post any deficiencies. We pay Russ over $44,000 a year with full benefits and fringe benefits. What's wrong with this picture? Thank you, Carrie McFadden, for watching out for the people.
Oh, and by the way, somebody was calling Carrie a girl on there.
I did for years.
It's a man.
Since I've known that person until just the other day, I realized, because I used to know a person that I never met that was a woman called Carrie McFadden, maybe spelled differently, I think. I don't know, but I thought it was, I'm so sorry. So for all of you, because look, like Kiff 76, you can't tell if that's a man or a woman, you know?
Just like Kristopher.
Yeah, right. You know, well, if you shorten it to Chris, when you spell it with a K, you don't know. Exactly. I get it. But Kiff 70, like when you not hide, but when you're behind a name, it's hard to know. So I thought for a while that Alva was a girl and Carrie. So I apologize to all you people.
Is Alva still awake? He's going to take offense for that.
He's on here. No, he knows. It's
so. Anyways, so we have this whole post, right? And the comments go off the rail. I mean, they just go crazy on
Russ Willis is not doing his job. Marathon 7. Okay, that's his post. 2024 approved. Indiana. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But here's the thing. I'm fully aware that the state says that they can pick their stickers as long as it has the year on there. Okay. But why do we accept the bare minimum from people?
Yeah.
I don't understand why the bare minimum is good enough for these people. So if you want to see some entertaining comments, go to that thread. But I want to bring up, there's one comment on that thread This woman got on there and called me a Karen. Now, I want to explain to people, you're on my page. You're on my page. This thing got 50 comments. You're on my page. If you think I'm boring, if you think you don't like, then get off my
boring.
Page. Oh yeah, I've been called.
I think they think you're
there, right. So this one woman gets on here, and I got to address this. So she says, "Let's talk about your reviews of your medical practice because it's a 1.9." Okay. Now, you think I'm afraid of somebody telling me about the comments on my medical practice? Let me tell you something. So I turn around. Now, does everybody understand that when you own a business or you own anything, that people can comment even if they're not a patron at your place?
Mm-hmm.
So they can make those comments and bring your stars all the way down. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. People do that all the time. And
so
that happens.
I have a screenshot of literally this woman saying she's not my patient, but she can make any comments that she wants. So I don't put a lot of faith anymore in reviews.
Yeah.
Right.
For as much as the people that love you, you're just as hated. There's a people out there. That's just how it goes. When you do this kind of thing, look, immediately it's politics. Like 50% of the people is not going to like you. You know,
exactly
is what it is. That's the thing. But it is what it is. I go on her thing and leave a 1-star review and a bunch of nasty comments at least once a week.
I mean, and that's the thing, and that's fine. It doesn't bother, and you're not always going to make people happy.
Your
right?
practice is word of mouth, and the people come in, and
but the 9,000 patients that patron my office, I mean, it's all good. So she goes on there. So I said, well, and of course, who is her family employed by? Government officials. This woman who's putting this on there. Fine. I mean, that's totally fine with me. So I said, well, let's just put our weight behind. And I want everybody to know, like we've talked about this, I was voted one of the best healthcare facilities in Madison County, right? There must have been 12 people in that category. The first was Community Hospital Anderson. I can't beat that because their employees go on there. The second was Ascension St. Vincent's. I can't beat them. They got all their employees. But who came in third? We did.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm like, I guess if you want to believe those reviews, go ahead and knock yourself out. I'm not going to make everybody happy. That's just how it's going to be. We're just going to have to agree to disagree. But yeah, go on there and it's quite amusing on there. And then just the name calling starts to get out of control. And I don't know. They're calling somebody a transphobia. I don't even know what that word means.
What?
Yeah, somebody was calling them crazy names. Well, I go to look the person up. She doesn't even live in the state. I'm like, why are you even on here? So anyways, if you want some leisure and you're bored, it looks like some people have had some dirty deleters on there because it was up to 100 comments when I got on the show. But it's neither here nor there. But I just want people to know we have to start asking questions. If my questions offend you, then we're probably on the wrong path here. Go to somebody else's page. I don't mind. But I'm not doing this. I mean, I could certainly walk away. You could certainly walk away. I'm doing this because it needs to be done. Something needs to be cleaned up. I don't know who the right person is for that.
Look right here. They're called trolls, Catherine.
And they are. But I want to also, for all the trolls that are watching here tonight, I want to thank you. Because you bump my posts, and when you do that, more people get to see them.
Okay. Listen to me. Tell you, this is the thing. I was watching a show last night where this guy, he's an attorney, and he works hard all day long. He lives in Chicago. And he's a music fan, and he likes music on vinyl, and he's a real big fan of the 60s, and he's, beyond that, a real big Beatles fan. And I watch him for the Beatles content. And he's been doing this show for the last several months where he's been ranking and doing this statistical analysis of different Beatles songs and comparing them all and putting, John, Paul, George, and Ringo all in doing this thing. And what's funny is it's the Beatles, a lot of people like the Beatles, Matt, whatever. And the thing is, there are people on there that are so whacked in their brain They're so mad about the results of this thing that he did that his wife unfortunately passed away last October. And like he was, because they used to do the channel together, and then she passed away, and like everyone who's watched him for a very long time knows this, and has been very supportive of him through this period. And literally one of his biggest fans got so mad at this poll because this guy, who is a Beatles, I guess, quote unquote Beatles purist, does not like solo Paul McCartney music, that he literally said, "I hope you join your wife soon."
See,
that is insane to me.
Why? I just
He's comparing, I like this Paul McCartney versus this Paul McCartney, and the guy's like, "I hope you die soon." And it's like, what?
It makes no sense to me. I don't wish that on anybody. You know,
Yeah,
I just want the people to wake up.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, I get what you're saying. The way these people go to these extremes, I'm like, this is just craziness. If you think that all these elected officials are doing the right thing, even when no one's looking, hell, they don't do the right thing when we are looking.
Yeah, right.
You're completely fooled. And I get it that a majority of these people are employed by these people, so they have to win.
That's the biggest thing. That's
right?
The thing. When I lived in Winchester, I said they're the beautiful people, and it's 800 people, and I used to say 800 people, and that's all it takes, controls the elections and what happens, because between the city of Winchester and Randolph County government, approximately 80 people work there. And each one of those 80 people know 10 friends, 10 fans or family members. And that's all it takes. And all of these people, like these people all work for this commissioner. These people all work for the the clerk. And all they got to go do is go out and say, "All right, I need you to vote." And that's all it takes. And when the elections are made, or, when the elections come and 900 people vote, and you've got 100 against the outsider, somebody that really truly cares, and then you've got another 780 votes for, you've got 120 votes for John Doe, and then 720 votes for Wick's Pie Guy. It's a no-brainer. That's what's going to happen, and it always happens. It's 800 people control it, and then that number just lifts or decreases in different areas, and the same things are true. But you've got to get over that hurdle, and that's why I say people need to start planning for next year, and don't do that thing. If you're somebody who says, "Well, I'm going to run and I'm going to make a difference," and then you go file, but you're not planning on having a team, and you're not planning on hitting the bricks and hitting the road and walking and going door to door, and if you're not planning on that election taking every bit of your life for the entire time you're in it, don't do it. It'd be better to lay out to help somebody, because
and here's the thing, like Stumblefoot's talking about logarithms.
Mm-hmm. He's talking about what?
Logarithms.
Algorithms?
Okay. Listen, I'm trying to respect Stumblefoot and his words right now.
Oh, we know what it is. Go on. He's talking about, I can't even say the word you're trying to say. He's talking about the logarithms. Okay.
No, you go ahead. No, you go. You go.
No, you say what you were going to say about it.
Well, the more we engage, even if it's a smiley face or a like, or what, it bumps your post.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a lot of times I'm responding so that
the hate comments are great.
Movement. Mm-hmm. Dave Sargent is an excellent example. Okay. This was a great test today. So Dave Sargent was the only one that could make the meeting. So he put the commissioners meeting on live video.
Hey. Yeah.
So, which is great. It is so great to have so many different people who can attend these meetings.
Yes.
And can do this. So I thought, okay, I'm going to share his videos. So I shared it to like over 50 sites. Okay.
Yes. Pause real quick. Jordan, don't go anywhere. I got to say something to you in a second. All right, go.
So I don't know if Dave has looked at his video, but his videos usually get a couple hundred views, right?
Sure.
He's got 1,700 views.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
That's a great thing.
Yes,
Adam's
yes.
right. You know, and we're all over. We've gone off
Ricky's
a tangent
Rolex.
here. I would just want everybody to know we're on this. But the courthouse clock is Ricky G's Rolex.
Rolex. Yeah, that's great. I love it. I think that's fantastic.
You know, it's true. I mean, this is crazy. Why can't he just look at his phone?
Boom, bang, pow. Yeah, that's ridiculous. They need to tear that thing off the wall. That's what needs to happen. There needs to be some I
just get some stained glass and put it up there, and maybe of some peace or some maybe something with justice or something with transparency or something. I don't know.
Maybe a dollar sign.
That again, like an empty well of quicksand of money.
Yes,
you know, or money flying through the.
Yes.
You could take that hourglass.
Yeah.
You know, every time I think of you with that hourglass, you know what I think of?
What?
Who was the judge who heard O.J. Simpson's case?
Ito?
Yeah. You know, he's Japanese, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. See, the hourglass and Japanese go together.
Hey, wait, hold on. No. Yeah, right. That's absolutely right.
Jordan,
what was it that Rodney would say? Yours was boom, bang, pow. What did Rodney say? He said something. I can't remember what he said. Damn, it pisses me off.
I don't know.
Let's go. No, that's you. But what did Rodney say, Jordan? What was Rodney's dumb comment?
What's Jordan going live about? Me?
I don't know.
Jordan, you're going to talk about me? I'll come on with you.
Jesus. It's a cabal. Russ Willis did it.
It's a cabal. Let me just tell you, where's Jordan from?
Jordan needs to come on. He's from here in Muncie. He's a friend of mine.
Okay, well, let's just get the three of us. We'll just have a big powwow on here. But you know, and that's the thing. You know, when I didn't
look at him, he looks like a car salesman.
When I didn't win the election, right? And my family thought I would be sad, and I only lost by 500 votes. They go, but look at the 16,000 people out there that voted for you. And we know very well that you don't even know 16,000 people.
Oh, God. You cried down there in that basement. It hurts.
Right? But I'm in good company. You're down in the basement with me, buddy. Is that behind your head?
What?
A shooting target that you can shoot at with a gun?
Well, I don't shoot at it with a gun from here. I shot at it at a range. I'm inside a house, so no. I just
you know what? I'm feeling like I should tape the outline of a body behind me.
Yes.
For the coroner's office.
Yes, right.
What is this?
Yeah, did you?
He thinks you're a great speaker. Look at this, Christopher.
No,
this guy likes you.
Yeah. Yes, he does. I think he's talking about you. I don't know.
No, I think he's talking about you.
Yeah.
Because he wants to go live. Well, let's go live, Jordan. What are you waiting for?
No. Yeah, come on. You ready? You ready? Anytime, Jordy. He's So I'm going to tell you. Here's the deal.
Said there's no holes on that thing. That's why.
Oh, they're there. You can see them. You can see the. Is it
in the black spot?
No, the hole. No, it's in the heart, dude. It's in the 10. It's in the X10 ring. You can see the wood paneling behind it. Jordy is I don't know if I should say this live. He is. I'm just going to say it. You can see it from the picture.
Salesman, you said.
No, I said he looks like a car salesman. He is a male stripper, and his get-up is he's a pilot.
Well, can he take the tie off?
Yeah. But I just said in that picture, he looks like a
I'm just
car
cracking
salesman.
myself up.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Oh, if you're a pilot, Jordan, I would like a Sprite cranberry mixed in seat 2A, please. Anyways, but we have. I mean, there's a lot more we can talk about. We got other stuff.
Yes, I did.
Talk about the way public officials behave in our next episode at council meetings and how they demand respect from the community but won't give respect. So I hope
Yeah,
we get
there
to
is
talk
a
about
big
that at
thing.
some
We
point.
do need to go. We do need to. Maybe we can have you on towards the end of the week and talk about what happened in Alexandria. And then again, that's something we could
And
show
public
bits
comment.
of the
Because
Mhm.
that was just off the chain. I think people would be appalled to watch an attorney run the entire town and then tell you people that you only get 2 minutes to speak. We can't even collect our thoughts in 2 minutes. Okay, well, I can, but
We're gonna have to go up there. I'm gonna have to go up there on not the first meeting.
you have to sign in and put your address. See, he has sold cars for 13 years.
Yeah, hey, I'll tell you right now. If you need a car, new or used, whatever it is, especially if it's in the
Call Jordy V at
if it's in the
555-29.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram family, go see Jordan Voles at Chrysler, Gaddis, Jeep, and Ram. And
Even Carrie wants to see where
has
those
everything
shops
here.
are. He thinks
Yeah.
they're with a pencil.
Yeah, right. They are. You know what I do is I just put it on there, and I put it right when I put it on, and I just stick the gun directly to the paper and just pull it. Just
I believe it.
just mag dump right there. That's what I do.
But listen, Stumblefoot, I'm telling you, you got to listen to the Alexandria meeting.
Yeah.
Stumblefoot would probably have a coronary if he
Well,
watched that meeting. I was having
How
a
long did the
coronary.
meeting go? I need to go because they have 2 meetings a month, do they not?
Yeah, they have a working meeting, which I think is odd. That meeting wasn't very long. I mean, it wasn't longer than about 30 minutes, but just
Yeah.
you would be surprised the conversation in this meeting. I mean, clearly they're on the struggle bus.
I did, Kiff. Yes. Yeah, we will.
Gosh, is Kiff all the way down in Whitestown?
No.
Look, Jordy loves you.
Oh,
Jordy,
yes.
Jordy is just like, he might even get
Oh,
on his knees and like bow to you.
Oh,
or something.
all the time.
I mean, holy cow, Jordy,
Yeah.
you're laying on a little thick here.
Are you drinking? What is today?
Let
Tuesday?
me draw your head back to normal. Come here. Come here. Get a grip.
He knows. They know.
So,
Well, so we can have you on maybe because I didn't do a show Sunday night, so maybe we can have you on
around.
Friday.
I'm around. Whatever
Okay.
works for you guys. You know, one day Rob Kendall is going to have me on his show. I just feel it in my bones.
Jordan, you need to get with Matt. Yeah. Hey.
Jordy,
make that
Jordy,
happen.
I will help you with sports podcasting.
Yeah.
One time, listen, I'm going to tell you this quick story and then we're going to get off the air. One time I was on the phone because I am like, so not the sports person. I was on the phone with a couple of the guys. I was in college and their TV wasn't working. They're like, Katherine, you gotta watch this football game. Put it on. You got to tell us what's going on. I'm like, okay. So the guy gets the ball. And I said, oh, he's got the ball. And I said, and he's running. And I said, he's at the 50, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, well, which direction is he supposed to be running? And they're like, are you even looking at the numbers? Anyways, so Jordy, I'll be a good time on that.
Oh,
on
yeah.
that thing,
Yeah.
You know, listen, I may not be here for a long time, but I am here for a good time.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, however phenomenal Jordan is, they literally will not let me be in their March Madness anymore because I beat them every time. And these are guys that watch basketball 24 hours a day. They cannot defeat me. I think I'm undefeated. I think 2 years maybe. I can't remember, like in a row. And then they just won't let me do it anymore because they know I'm going to beat them. And that's just it.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
Did
So
you save those baby
well,
bunnies? No, yes, I did. I put them right under the back tires.
Jordy, you count me in for March Madness next year.
Yes, right. That's hilarious.
So
Well, all right.
I'm glad. I hope people learned tonight about property appealing. It's
Yeah,
not a scary
yeah.
thing. Reach out to us if you have any questions. I'm always available.
You just hear that thunder, Jordan?
I'm in the
There's a storm
basement.
here. Let me see here. Anybody is there some severe weather going on tonight?
I guess all night tonight is supposed to be severe storms, so be careful, everyone.
I just watched on Netflix the
Night Alva.
Night Alva. I just watched the oh no, it's not bad. It's gonna just rumble through real quick. I watched the I guess it's been storming and raining the whole time we've been on.
You know, I wish that they would do another episode of the Kings of Tupelo.
Yeah, right. Yes. I talk to that guy all the time. I sometimes have
You
to
do?
mute his I have to mute his shit because they're on there constantly. So I mute it. Yeah, I did. That was a great time. I even live streamed it going to the wrong wedding. I was gonna go watch Jordan and his wife get married, and I showed up and went to it and went up and got a beer and was walking around, and I'm like,
Are you a
"Man,
wedding crasher?
I don't know anybody here." Like, I'm like, dude, I know like
does that?
all the Gaddis people would be here. I know Jordan's family. Like, I know I know these people. Like, what is going on? I know Haley's twin sister, like, looks like her. Like, why do I not see these people
Thanks,
that I
Dave.
know?
You're the best.
And I walk up to the front and I see it says like good luck, like Matt and Linda. And I'm like, oh no, what the hell? I'm like, is there another barn out in the middle of nowhere? And they're like, yeah, you got to go down there. So that's what happened.
Man, that's rough.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So, all right. If you guys need anything, let me know. You know where to find me.
All right. Yep. Thank you, Catherine. As always, we will have you back here directly. So I appreciate it. Thank you very, very, very much. We will stay there. We'll get back with you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us. Hey, before you leave, remember to smash the like button. I'm going to go watch. I hope I'm getting ready to go watch Brad and Whitty fight. I don't know what's going to happen there. We'll see what goes on. Like button, subscribe, do all that shit if you haven't done it. Thank you all very much. You know where to find us if you need to get a hold of us. There is all the links, studio line, emails, all that stuff. You know how to do that. And we will see you back here tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I don't know what we have to talk about, but it will be another amazing show. I promise you. It'll be wonderful. So we'll see you then. Take care. God bless each and every one of you. And until then, peace.